chat. I'll try to deal with the chat, and you can keep working on the project or whatever it is you're doing.
Okay, right on. We might be live. It's not showing up on the thing yet, but if y'all can see us, hey. Oh, the camera's over there. Hey, I know my setup. Still waiting on YouTube. There we go. Okay, I need to. There we go. Welcome, architects. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another RPG Architect live stream. I'm Bert, obviously. We got the names up here. We got Jason, aka Noob K, with us. Hello, I'm sorry, Pignauf M. If that's how you say. Hey, y'all. Yeah, this was kind of an impromptu thing. Didn't have a whole lot planned, but I figured it was, the 1 year since we released in early access. Thought that might be a fun idea just to do a quick little live stream with you guys, hang out. Locke will be joining us at some point here. He said he would text me once he's ready. But we got some questions from you guys already that I'll ask him, and yeah, we're just gonna kind of bumble our ways through this. Jason's gonna be in the chat, answering any questions you guys have. I'm gonna be trying to work on cleaning up the tutorial project a little bit. Let me see. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. I do have. There we go. I'm going to be working on. There we go. I don't want to get too far ahead of things because I want to have, I can't just start building things out. I need to do it for the tutorials, but I figured we could go back over some things that, that I kind of bumbled through in the past. Maybe just clean up the environment a little bit, just some cosmetic stuff. One thing I really want to do is set up the character stats better. So figure out some formulas, because when I was trying to do the formulas before, that was rough.
You know more than me at this point, brother.
Yeah, doubtful. I figure things out about 5 minutes before I record the tutorial. I record the tutorial and I forget. So
I just make Locke walk me through things. That way, if things don't work, I can point the finger at him later.
There you go. I mean, that's a sound strategy.
Yes.
Works. So, y'all grab your beverage. I have my architect mug here. It's just going to just flex on that a little bit. And let's see. We got some guy named Mondoon in the chat. XP formula, try this one. Okay, yes. Let's see here. Let's bring it up on screen. Look at that. It's fancy. I'm learning how to do this. So for the XP formula, try that one. So let me go and copy what he did. Where's my stream? Let's just see. I could just type out what he sent me, but no, I'm just gonna copy and paste. Let's try this. Look at that. I like it. Good job, Mondoon. I like it. So we're just gonna apply that to everybody and be done with it. Oh yeah, look at Gab's experience. That's not a good formula. Okay, hang on. Locke is ready to go, so let me go ahead and add him to the chat. Oh, he's in here. Okay. What's up, Locke?
Hi, Bert. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, we're glad to have you on here. That's all I got. Okay.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you, man. We got another question from Pignauf. I'm sorry, dude. I know you said it's French, but I don't know how to say that. Is it possible to make of terrain made of polygons instead of tiles, like making a big triangle you can walk on? Yes. Yes, it is. That's my answer. That should be covered in the 3D structures tutorial, I think. Here, let me let's do this. There we go. Look at Locke's nice little avatar he's got going on there.
Derpy
Yeah.
Lock.
Derpy Locke.
Courtesy of Mr. Jason Martin. Oh, I
The
like
one
your sweater in the background, Jason.
I still haven't
Yeah.
worn it. I just hung it up. It's been hanging there since I got it.
I'd go live, but I'm
Still got
dealing with
the
being
mug
sick.
right here.
Oh, very nice.
It's
Yeah.
like
Bert's
collector
got
stuff.
his too. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
very
Damn.
nice. Look at that.
I thought about wearing my hoodie, but it's too hot in here already. I got the fan on behind me. So
Oh my God, is that boba, Jason?
No, Vietnamese milk tea.
Oh, nice. Okay.
that sounds good.
Been hitting up that new caffeine shop last couple of days now. I did have some boba yesterday.
What do you think of have you done the Vietnamese coffee yet?
Yeah, that's the one I have now.
Okay, what do you think?
Stronger than my bootleg stuff I make here at home.
Very much so, yeah.
That sounds good. I've had one thing of boba before, and I think I got like a funky flavor. I wasn't too impressed with the flavor, but she kind of upsold it to me. She's like, "Oh, we have," I don't even remember what it was. Some kind of summer special.
Hey, Bert, if you click remember formula, the checkbox when you do that,
Oh, that's right.
then you don't ever have to keep copying and pasting.
Welcome
That's
to
true.
the live stream where we dirt our way through it.
Hey man, that's how I promote it. Is like you've seen me fail in pre-recorded videos. Now you get to see me fail
Live.
Okay. Well, do you want me to throw the questions your way, Locke, first?
Sure.
Or?
If you guys
Okay.
want.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Let's just.
You don't know what you're doing. This speaks
don't know what
volumes
I'm
about the quality of our tutorials, right?
Exactly. I mean, if you guys have, if anybody's watched, then they know I ain't lying.
No,
Okay,
the tutorials are amazing, and I, for one, like your mouth sounds, Bert.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I believe that's
I've
called
grown-
your voice.
Yeah, I've grown fond of my mouth sounds as well.
And our 550 plus subscribers now.
Yeah, I think we're at 560. Let me see, 567. So that ain't
Excellent.
bad. That ain't too bad. Not shabby for what, like 6 months, 7 months?
Something like that.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 5 questions so far. Let's see. Figure out what I'm doing here. I'll start with this one. We have a question from Eduardo Barboza. This is, how many hours do you work on the project on average?
Is that per day, per week, per year? That's an excellent question.
That is a good question.
On average, typically I don't work during the weekend, excuse me. But per day, it'll vary. Just depends if I'm sleeping or not. Probably anywhere from 2 to 10 hours, funny enough, which is a pretty big span. This morning, I've been under the weather lately. So everyone in my house is sick because if you don't have small kids, or you have had small kids, it may have been a while. They get everyone sick when they start going to school and that stuff. So been wrestling that. But this morning I woke up and worked probably hour 45 minutes was working on doing some of the new saving stuff. This all kind of actually got born from the fact that I had my first kid, and I was playing around with RPG Maker after a while, and I was kind of upset that it hadn't really changed all that much. So I was like, okay, well, much like Bender, I will go make my own. And if anyone understands that reference, awesome. So early on, actually, I did spend quite a bit of time on the weekends. And then I'd probably do, early days, Trying to think. I'd probably do somewhere between 4 to 6 hours a day, probably every day. Probably for the first year, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know just from like from hanging out in Discord, we can, see how much you're working on it, and yeah, no, he puts in a lot of work, so I can back him up on that.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. I think that answers that question, Eduardo. I hope it does. All right, we got another one here from Zerul. Sorry, y'all, with names. I'm sorry. I'm from the South. Just preface. Zerul. Zerul. Okay, so the question is, what are your ultimate goals regarding 3D models and animation in the engine, and how versatile could the battle system creation be 1 year from now?
Oh man. Truly the goal, honestly, is going to be to let you guys go wild, right? I don't like the idea of you being shoehorned into having to do really any such one system, right? So in a year, it'll change a lot. As soon as we add tactical battles in, or the simulation RPG kind of aspect of it, that'll change it a lot. I think it'll open up a lot more things I can't even think of.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as battle systems, I hope the sky is the limit for everyone. At least that's my goal. As I said, I don't want you to be stuck, right? You're ultimately what it should boil down to is you have a vision. I want you to have the ability to accomplish that vision. So yeah, hopefully that may give you some idea of kind of what. I guess that's not super helpful. I think the one thing that I haven't completely thought out just yet all the way through would be something more like a Star Ocean style battle where you are in the middle of like a field and running around and teleported there. I think some of that corresponds with like a ABS, like just kind of the adventure battle system that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the mechanics that could support it, but then there's probably a layer of AI that would have to be there and other things. So for that, that'll be interesting, and I think it's something we'll hopefully try to address at some point and get a I don't know, at least kind of that's kind of workflow in. But and again, I also think the community is probably going to come up with some crazy ways to do some things too.
Oh yeah,
which will be really cool.
Already, some of the stuff that they've done, like
yeah.
with that last game jam, the
Yeah.
stuff Azrin was doing was insane. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was that, and that's kind of how I was intending for those functions to work.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as what was the other question about 3D in particular,
Yeah.
so my goal with 3D ultimately is, so there is somewhat of a limit on what we can accomplish, just for the fact that the engine needs to run smoothly on basically everything. So the shader language we use is actually very old. It's the same one that shipped with XNA back in the day, which was Microsoft's kind of hobbyist game engine. This is built on FNA, which was Flibit Jijo's. That's XNA build. So it's an open source version. And Monogame also has tried to make an XNA thing. So both of them, I believe, are one-to-one compatible with XNA as far as like code. So if I were to literally switch out DLLs, it could be in Monogame or FNA at the moment. But we're limited essentially by what's going on with that. But FNA is going to be upgrading to SDL3. I'm talking super technical stuff here, sorry. Which at some point they're making a new shader language that's going to be open and I believe backwards compatible from what I understand. So it'll be basically everything that's in the old plus a lot of the new cool stuff. So like right now we have to render each each point light that we have there. So if you have a light in a map and it flickers or whatever, that's actually a sphere that's rendering inside the light layer and then applying itself. And we have to do each of those as a pass, which is very like you're telling the graphics card, you're like, hey, go make this light, come back. Okay, go make this light, come back. And it's a strain on your GPU. It, like with modern GPUs, not a big deal, right? Because they can do that super fast. But there's a newer technology that's been around for a while called instancing, where you could send a bunch of them at once and have them all get thrown in there, right? So that would streamline it significantly. So we may get features like that. And the same thing could be said for like bones and meshes and stuff. But I believe some of the stuff Ricky sent me is already pretty solid. I don't know that we'll ever have all of the materials kind of in there, because I think one of them is like emissions is one of them, and then I think reflectivity is another. And I think I'm trying to remember, it's like PBR shininess or something like that, or metallic. Those I'm not super familiar with 3D. I'll maybe hopefully add them in. So you shouldn't be restricted, I don't think, too much by vertex count. So you should be able to go as high poly as you want, I think. The question's going to be more of some of the other interesting things you do with it. So with that, I think it would be perfectly feasible. If you look at how some of the older games are written, they don't have the same type of shadow mapping code, which is very old, by the way. The technique I'm using, shadow mapping, has been around for 20 years, I think, at least. And you never saw that in a PS2 game. If you were lucky, you saw it in a PS3 game. And I think it's pretty standard in PS4. All of Nintendo Switch, I think, generally uses it. They may use a couple of the newer ones. But I think my goal would be to get you hopefully the fidelity of maybe like a PS2 or PS3 game at some point for 3D. And at that point, you may be using a 3D model for your background, as well as using that for the collider, which will eventually come. So hopefully that answers it.
Hope so too. Yeah. Jason, I don't know. Did you follow that? I believe that was a great answer, but I just, it's over my head. But if I can get PlayStation 2 graphics, I heard that bit.
I don't think there's awesome. I've seen some pretty fantastic models get put in the engine already that have super high vertice count. So, okay. And that's basically how many polygons you render, right? So if you can get a ton of polygons in there, then, I mean, I think that's really the difference probably between PS1 and 3, right? Okay. And sorry, guys, I'm more of a PlayStation guy, so I don't know what that corresponds with Xbox. I think that'd probably be an Xbox One and a 360, probably up to there.
Okay.
And in fairness, just for what it's worth, X and A also targeted the Xbox 360. So that's hopefully gives you an idea.
Okay. Cool. There's a running joke inside the team, you guys, that if Locke has to explain a concept, like if me and Jason can understand it, then we're good to go. But if it's over our head, we just gotta, we're the monkeys of the group, so we don't know what's going on half the time. But
we're the artists.
Exactly. But yeah, cool. That all sounds good. All right. You want to go to the next question?
Fire away.
All right. This is a two-parter from, I know. I hope you're sitting down. Einar, EINAR. He was in the Discord past couple days here.
Gotcha.
Let's see. He says, I have a question about more dialogue options, like it's in most visual I can't read. Like it's in most visual novels. Number one, is it possible to make function where engine can automatically or manually store your conversation history within or with NPC and put it to some kind of diary or message log? we'll just start with that, and then I'll read the second one after you're done.
That sounds like a classic RPG mechanic.
Yeah. No, not at the moment. But storing it somewhere or making reference to it, I think would probably be possible. That's a good one. I haven't really thought about that. I'm not big on the visual novel space. I think I've played a few before. I think it's just going to be a question of how we map it out and save it and store it.
Yeah.
But I think I would think that something like that could be possible at some point.
Yeah. I'm same here. I'm not really huge in the visual novel scene, but I have seen like, some footage from them, and I do notice like if you skip over a dialogue too quickly, they can usually go back and just they have the history log from at least that particular scene.
Yeah,
that doesn't usually log the entire game's dialogue.
Yeah, I think the questions. So they had that in Lost Sphere. That's the first time I ever saw that. I'm a big. If I play games, guys, it's on my Nintendo Switch because my PlayStation 4 is a dedicated media server for my children. So yeah, Lost Sphere had that where you could rewind the dialogue and see kind of what had been said. I think the question was like, I think we're basically very close to being able to do that already because that stuff's all more or less still saved. It's just scrolled outside of the boundaries of being visible. I think the question was more so about saving it in a diary. I think it's more like in Final Fantasy 13 where a concept would pop up and then it enters like a encyclopedia or something where you can go look up and be like, oh, here's 5 pages about a concept that you're not going to explain to me, and then I'm going to have to figure out all this world lore, which I guess is fun. But
for some people, yeah, that was. Don't get me started on that one, but yeah.
I was the person reading it, so
I mean, I read it at first, but then eventually it was like they would give you a new log every 5 steps, and it's like, man, I just want to play the game. Like, yeah. Anyway, sorry, tangent.
It's all good.
Old wounds. All right. Well, the second part of that question is, and if engine can revert back dialogue message during conversation with NPC. Instead, again, talk to him and repeat all conversation. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe read that again.
Yeah, sorry, no, you're good. It says, if engine can revert back dialogue message during the conversation with an NPC, instead, again, talk to him and repeat all conversation.
I'm not quite sure. Maybe the question is, can you... It almost sounds like a kind of a BioWare thing where you're stuck in a conversation loop with them.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that's the question, like trying to figure out, like, hey, if you say something pops up, you ask a question, it leads to more dialogue. You talk, it leads to more dialogue, and you say go back or whatever. And if that's the question, yeah, you basically can already do that. You would just do like a local variable or a local switch in your dialogue options, and you just keep running against it.
Okay. Yeah, and Einar, if you're watching, and if that wasn't quite what you meant, like just let us know in Discord, and we'll try to elaborate and figure things out for you.
Yeah, and if you need to post in like your native language or something, that's fine too. We can try to machine translate it with Google. I think that's kind of been one of the interesting things. We have users from all over the world, and that's been a real interesting thing for some of us Yankees here.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're not Yankees. I think we're all Southerners.
A Yankee?
No, I was going to say we're all Southerners.
What is that? How dare you?
Something dirty.
Where's my brisket?
You about made Jason walk off the job, man.
Seriously.
He's about to quit. Oh, and actually, he's got one more question at the end here. It says, most important question is, how are you guys? Smiley face.
Recovering from being sick thanks to children. Otherwise, pretty well. How about you guys?
I'm doing bueno, man. It's a pretty good Saturday. Just hanging out. Things are going well. How about you, Jason?
That's how I'm doing. I got coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vietnamese. Yeah, my way of drinking that, by the way, is double creamer, so then it tastes like a overly caffeinated chocolate milk because I hate coffee.
Oh man, Dude.
That's
I love coffee with cream and sugar in it, but I just black coffee. That's how I do.
yeah. I'm not a coffee purist like you guys, so I can drink tea straight. I cannot drink coffee straight.
I can't do
been
tea.
making some tea lattes the last couple of nights.
Oh, those can be good. Yeah.
Yes. Perks of marrying a woman who was a barista.
Yeah.
Nice.
My wife also likes to do that, so it's very. She also knows how to make boba too, so there's a running joke that when RPG Architect is successful, she's going to make a drive-through boba shop with a indoor playground and an area for people to work, so you can bring your kids, let them go run wild, and caffeinate them and sugar them up, and also cater to drive-through people and have a place to work. It's like, oh, that could work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If there are
Very
any
cool.
venture capitalists listening, by the way, we can talk. Just DM me.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, I think that answers that one. We're going to go to the next question. This is one from our buddy Azrin. It says, since the launch of early access, how has the growth of the software and the community shaped up compared to initial expectations? No regrets on my purchase, impressive engine, and outstanding support. Hey, Adrian.
Yeah. Good question. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I feel extremely blessed that we did kind of as well as we have. It's nowhere near where I'd be quitting my job, obviously. But I think the growth and support, I shouldn't say the growth. When I say support, I guess the number of people who've picked it up and I think stayed with it has been pretty. I think it's been pretty good. I think, Jason, I want you to partially answer this because I think you had some pretty good realistic expectations, and I think they were kind of shattered, to be honest.
You mean on like what I would have been happy with when all this started?
Yeah, I think what you were saying, you didn't expect the numbers to be where they ended up being.
Yeah, I'm usually a expect the worst, hope for the best guy. I try to temper my expectations at all times.
Same.
I'm not necessarily a glass half empty guy. I just be reasonable, be realistic. But yeah, yeah, definitely ended up better than what I would have been. The bar I would have been happy with was definitely broken by more than double.
Yeah. So to give a good idea of kind of where we're at, so we've had, I think, actually, I literally have it open in another tab, so I can literally look. So I literally keep a tab open to see what our sales numbers are as well as the reviews. So if you guys don't know how horribly autistic I am about this, well, now you know. So I'm literally watching to see when a new review pops in and when someone purchases, stuff like that, refund data. And so you guys know, like when you guys leave, whenever I feel like a little slow on the engine, like I don't want to, like it gets a little too much, whatever. I actually come back and read you guys' reviews, and it always gives me the extra, like, yeah, let's go do it, right? So your reviews actually go a long way. But as far as number of sales within a year, so we are at roughly 1,300 units with people who were before early access, because we had a few people who bought in, when was it, June? Jason, you were one of them. I think we started offering around June through Patreon, and then they all got a Steam key. And then it was like basically 7 months. I think we had like a total of... I can't remember. But anyways, lifetime unique users we've had for people who've tried it has been 1,400. I think we have about 1,300 who, we have about 1,300 total who have purchased so far in the first year, which I think is really good. As far as what we need for kind of, I think a good question for what does lifetime, like if I'm going to quit my job, just for what it's worth, probably I think it'd probably have to be probably close to 500 to 1,000 units a month, which I think will eventually be doable. If you look at RPG Maker numbers, I think they have something like 100 to 400,000 units that they have shipped over the lifetime of like MV and MZ for each of their editions. And if this is going to stay around for 10 years, I think eventually we'll get there. The question is, do we get there sooner or later, right? It may be that towards the end, we'll probably hit that volume. And again, that looks like if you're talking like 100,000 units in 10 years, that's the last year may be something like we have 12,000 sales and then they drop to 0 or something like that. But I think so far it's been good. And as far as pickup, I like the number of users we have who come in and ask questions. And there have been a lot of people who've asked for things or provided feedback. Azerin, one of them, Jenakaya, another, Aussie Fire, all have basically found bugs or holes, and very grateful. Feel very blessed to have everyone who has kind of helped us figure out what was going on, what needed to be fixed. And that's the entire point of the early access, right? That's why it's on sale for what it is, right? So that you guys find the holes, you guys tell me what you need. That again, there are things that I would not have thought of adding, but sometimes it's something really, really, really simple. And yeah, why would I not build that for you guys, right? If it takes me 10, 15 minutes or an hour or two or whatever, and it fills a big hole that people have, yeah, we should absolutely build that. So yeah. Was that the awkward question? You said there was an awkward question. Oh,
no. Did I say awkward or did I say interesting?
You said awkward question. And by that, I mean interesting.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting.
I'm just putting you on the spot to create a very random one real quick.
Okay. Well, this is our last one that was submitted.
Oh, we have another one?
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. This is the last one that was submitted. So this one comes from... It says, not Bert. The question is, why is Bert so funny and also very attractive?
Jason, I'll let you answer that one.
Golden Girls gif. I got nothing. Y'all damn well know the gif.
Because
I knew.
Because he's a musician. That's why. Everyone knows that musicians are... always super attractive and amazing, and they are pure chick magnets.
I mean, he's not wrong. The he's spitting facts. And whoever submitted that, I mean, thank you. I mean, it's awkward, but thank you. Not Bert.
So there was an awkward question.
Yeah.
And yeah, look at all those. That's not even all your, not all of your guitars. Didn't you say you had like 12 of them?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, there's a bunch downstairs. I have. Let's see, within arm's reach right here, I've got 5 over there. I've got that one on the wall as a decoration. There's a bass behind me. I got my drum kit set up just the other day. It's been not set up for a while. I've got a guitar and a mandolin over here. There's a ukulele on the wall. There's actually another guitar behind me, like in the stand next to the drums. You can't see it. You see the headstock right there.
Oh yeah. Acoustic?
No, that one's a Les Paul. It's just an old beat up one. I've got another one in my room, my bedroom. And then there's, I think, 6 hanging up on the walls downstairs. And then there's probably some shoved in corners somewhere. I have a
Which
problem.
is your, no, that's, again, band dude, right? Musician. Here's a better question. Which one's your favorite?
Okay. I got 3. Actually, it's all the ones that are in reach right here. So I'll show those off. Hang on.
Don't worry. I have a question for you too, Jason.
Okay, good. All right. Let's see. It's a little dusty. I play more piano than guitar these days. So let me dust it off. This is the one I took to music school with me. It is an ESP. I'm trying to get it in the camera. ESP LTD MH400. It's got the whammy bar to do all the dive bombs like Steve Vai or Satriani. Took this one to school with me. It was my first guitar that I bought, with my own money, saved up for it. Like that one a lot. Let's see. Got an Epiphone SG. Can't remember the model. SC. No, what was it? Something like SC100 special or SE. My mom got this for me for my birthday, so just because that, it's like it's got some sentimental value. It's kind of a cheap guitar, but it's really nice. I like playing it a lot. And ignore what I was playing just then. It sounded like garbage.
I actually liked watching you move your fingers around the frets. I wish I had that type of dexterity.
Oh yeah, no, I'm way out of shape on guitar, honestly. I need to get back into it. Like I said, I play piano more than anything, just because that's how I write on the computer.
And he says this as I'm watching him, and after 5-6 years of trying to play, I would have hoped to be as good as he is when he is bad, apparently.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Is that a Sunburst with a green?
It is a green Sunburst. This is also kind of a cheapy guitar for a 7-string. This is my 1 7-string, which I like, but it's not the highest quality build, but it's very pretty. It is very pretty guitar. I don't see the fretboard. It's got like the vines.
Oh, that's pretty legit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very pretty looking guitar, but it definitely needs some TLC. I got this one is a bass. It's a little guitar sized bass. It's a tiny bass, but I play guitar, so I like it. That's it. And then the last one I got, this is my workhorse. This is another Epiphone. It's got the nice wood grain finish. It's got some good sounds on it. It's like a Les Paul style. It's got some toggle switches here. You can pop the volume knobs out to change the pickup configurations. It's cool. I like it. It's a good one.
Is the bandana on it to help it sound better at music festivals?
Not at music festivals, but in recording. So it's like there's a thing that you can buy called, I think it's called like a Jimmy clip, that like when you're recording, there's some resonance that can happen up here, like above the nut. And so, I mean, they sell them for like, I don't know how much they are, because $15-20, whatever, but it's just to stop the resonance above the nut here for when you're recording, to give a cleaner sound. So I just tied a bandana around it, and kind of does the same thing. And I already had a bandana. So,
well, I never would have. I learned something today, Jason. Did you?
I was in chat. Wasn't quite paying attention.
He learned something. He knows it.
I wasn't paying attention. That's funny.
Hey, it's my entire life in school, man. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, mine too.
I hear you.
So, Jason, how long have you been drawing for?
4 years now.
How long have you been pixeling?
4 years now. I didn't draw before that. I started with pixel art.
You started with pixel art.
I drew a little bit as a child. Never drew my entire life until a couple of years ago.
So you just kind of picked it up. What brought you to pick it up?
I guess it was, I liked retro video game art, but I was meat cutting, and at the end of the shift, I just come home and just kind of start doing it. It was fun. I guess, well, I started doing game dev with RPG Maker, and once I realized how much I sucked with logic, I kind of transitioned more into messing with the artwork, and that's probably where it started. That'd probably be a better way of putting that. And around that time, I had also met Baz, and he was better at the logic stuff. I was picking up art, and we just kind of formed a team that way. And I just dove right into art at that point.
What are some of the more influential, I don't want to say artists, because that's going to be like listening to Bert talk about all the variations of his guitars and me having no idea.
I don't have any.
There's
I discover guys all the time, so I just don't have any.
Sure. So artist is probably the wrong word. Are there any series or anything that have particularly affected your style? So would you tell me, like, I'd ask something like, oh, like Hayao Miyazaki has some interesting stuff for his art, and some people look up to him, or Amano, the guy he did all the Final Fantasy stuff for the most part, the concept art, but he also did Vampire Hunter D and several others. He's been pretty influential on some artists.
Nintendo games, as far as style goes, just that monochromatic style and minimal colors, kind of starting there. As I've gotten better, and you see the stuff I'm drawing right now on the internal channels, as I move more into Chrono Trigger like stuff and use some more colors.
Yes.
And draw bigger sprites. But
spoilers, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Not everyone has seen those.
I'm gonna have to go and censor that now.
I posted the
I know, and showcase
directional stuff,
but I don't think everyone.
I haven't shared
I don't think everyone knows about
building and tile stuff I've been working on.
Yes. So anyone who's actually been what's it called? Who's only been following videos and the whatnot, and who is not active in Discord is gonna they're in for a treat in a little bit, it seems like.
I mean, I can probably just share it right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Look
man.
at this guy.
Pull it up. Still got that constant. I'll just pull up the project file. Let's boot up Architect.
So, Jason, when can we expect all of this is good. Remember, he always says to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So when he says never, I assume what he's really meaning is probably a couple days.
My answer is no. Ron Swanson. I like telling them no. It lowers their enthusiasm.
Yes. So realistically speaking, when do you think we'll have some 16-bit stuff we might actually start shipping with the engine? You think maybe 6 months?
I mean, my intent was the stuff I have now, as I get actual polished sprites ready and polished tiles, I'm just going to start throwing it into the resources folder.
Nice. We're going to call that high bit, I guess?
We'll figure that out.
It's low bit right now. Yeah.
Mid bit.
Mid bit. Yeah.
Mid bit.
Yes.
Mid wit. Wait, what?
Projects. Open. Invalid or corrupted. That's not good. That's not good at all. What did I do? This is why I don't run things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The funny thing is, no one knows, but Jason's also secretly our project manager in the back. He plans everything out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is all his idea.
Yeah.
Yes. He keeps us on schedule.
Yeah.
What does this not? Well, maybe not. Yeah, it's telling me. I guess it doesn't like the path or something.
Well, he's looking for that. Mumu Soul Meal said, let me see. I can do a thing. I can bring it up. Look at that. I'm learning. Waiting for a 100% faithful RPG with Amana's work as the main art in the game. That would be awesome.
That would be insane. I have no idea how someone would do that. Just how it's so I don't know, just to get some, because that'd have to be all hand drawn, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To do something like that, that would be. I mean, keep in mind they did what was it? DuckTales Remastered, I think, was all hand drawn, and that looked fantastic. If you guys haven't played, it's a great game. Yeah, I think it's a almost 1-for-1 recreation of the original. I think they did a couple things for gameplay, but it's no more difficult. I think they altered a couple levels because there were kind of bugs or something in the original. And it's all hand-drawn vector sprites, which is really it looks beautiful. It sounds amazing. And Bert, if you have not at least listened to it you need to, because you know how much DuckTales was influential on everyone on the NES, that soundtrack.
Oh yeah, no, I played the original on the NES. I haven't listened to or played the remaster or anything. So
yeah, it's I think is it Andy Kaufman? Is he one of the video game composers?
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah,
Man
he's
on the
done.
Moon.
I think it's similar to that dude, but hold on, let me look it up real quick.
No, I'm not sure who the composer was. I added your screen to the stage there, Jason. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I can't get the project file loaded, so I just figured I'd boot up A Sprite and show the concept work.
Okay.
That, and then there's the more polished version of that.
Jake Kaufman. I'm sorry, Jake Kaufman.
Jake Kaufman. That
he
makes
has
more
done,
sense.
yeah. He has done a ton of video games for what it's worth, but he was a big fan and even was talking about how that influenced his work. He did all of Shovel Knight, from what I understand. He did Into the not Into the Abyss. What was it called? It was basically the game was a knockoff off of the Pacific Rim. Anyways, I'm totally distracting from Jason's amazing stuff. Let's see it. Let's see it move.
There we go.
That's the running.
Can I make it?
They're running on my wife's cry cut board.
That's the walking. And then the tiles I'm working on, the buildings. Well, most of this I would say is still pretty primitive, but trying to go with much higher resolution looking stuff rather than all the stuff we did for the 2D sample project. But this is just stuff I'm messing with, though. This is obviously not heavily developed. Trying to get an idea. The stuff I've been kind of using for inspiration. Bert, if you can go back to my camera should be on there actually.
Yeah,
because I recently got John Harris's book, and you can actually see that building right on the cover.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
John Harris will be one of the new guys I've recently discovered. And then I got what? Break nothing. Oh, reach. The other book I'll be using is inspiration. Oh, wait, that's actually probably, they don't care. They don't mind. About to say that's a naked lady.
Oh, yeah. Wonder where that one came from.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Demonetized. No.
Right. It's actually funny. Some people kind of know it, but if you didn't, we are mostly all pretty much secret Xenogears fans.
There ain't no secret about it.
Yeah, it's not a secret at all.
Yeah, if you watch or listen, that's the perfect way to get me to write you a novel.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah. I think that was the winner of that poll that I did the other day.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
No,
I
it
mean,
was Final Fantasy.
Was it Final Fantasy?
Last time I looked, anyways, it was Final Fantasy.
It's gone back and oh no, he's right. Final Fantasy is currently at 35%. Xenogears is at 27%. Other is at 27%, and Poor Suikoden 2 is at 12%.
Which was a fantastic game.
Suikoden 2 was amazing.
I have not. I need to fix that. I'll probably do that maybe like in 11 years. I think I'll have some time to play games.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a great one though, man.
Yeah, is the first one or is the second one better than the first, or you think they're about equal?
Depending on how you want to play the second one, you should probably play the first one because you can take that character into the second one.
Oh, can you actually? You can actually bring him in.
Yeah,
I know they can interface with him, but he
becomes a playable character later in the game.
I know he becomes. Yeah. I didn't know that you could actually grab them from so it actually can like import stats from the save or something.
It just imports like your main character from the first game, and I think there's like an extra scene with one of the other characters. Overall, I'd say the second one is the better game. The first one was the developer, the creator. That was his like trial run, and that from what I understand, and then the second one was like the game he initially envisioned.
Wow.
So there's a lot of similarities. The second one's definitely more polished, which I mean makes sense. But
Interesting. And they're apparently on Steam, so I will add that to my wish list.
I would
imagine the character transfer works. What's that? The team split off and they made their So We're Gonna Light game. What's the name of that game? It's like coming out this year, I think.
Ethereum Chronicles or something.
Yeah,
something like that, yeah.
Real super happy to hear
That's
about that
actually
too.
one of the ones I'm looking forward to trying.
Yeah, same here.
I'm curious to see kind of what happens. We've seen a lot of those studios kind of break off and do their own thing. It's totally speaking as not a Xenogears fan to see Monolith Soft have to go through all of the stuff they've had to. First with Square, then to Namco Bandai, and then finally Nintendo kind of reining them in and doing things. It's been fun to see them grow. I'd be curious to see like Inafune, I think, kind of poisoned the well a little bit with Mighty Number 9. That was it was a fun game, but it was there were so many issues, I think, with with everything they promised. And
right, I remember being hyped for it. I never got to play it because I just remember when it came out, everybody was like really disappointed, and so I just never
it's a fun game. It was ultimately screwed over by being in an engine at the end of its life, which was their biggest problem. And they basically overpromised and missed the mark big time. And the polish on it, most of what you saw in the demos that they had shipped was what you got. So people thought that some of these assets were placeholders, and they ended up not being it. And then Capcom said, "Oh, people, you want that? Let's give you Mega Man 11," which was also a phenomenal game, by the way. If you haven't played it and you're a Mega Man fan, totally worth playing.
Yeah, I think I got that one. I got one on the Switch. One? Like,
yeah, it is 3D. It's still side scroller, but it's 3D.
Yeah. I got one on the Switch like right before I basically lost my Switch. So I have the game, but I don't have a Switch.
Yeah,
I have several Switch games. I just need the console.
Yeah, I think it's been interesting to see kind of what's happened with all these different studios, as I said. And another good one. It got a little bit of bad press, but I think it still is a great game. It was fun when it released, and they've gone to great lengths to make it better and better. Koji Igarashi doing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That's another.
Yeah, I played that one earlier. Yeah, I played that one this year. It was pretty good. So I missed, I guess, the initial wave of where there was some things they needed to work out. Because by the time I got it, they already had all the bonus modes added and the
extra
all the good
characters,
stuff.
I think.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting time to see how some of the guys we've all grown up with. Kind of doing their own thing, and even now the studio that did Wild Arms, that they're making another game, right? They broke
really?
Free. Yeah, it's look at my email. I actually kickstarted it. They did I forget what it was. One of them's called Penny Blood. That's one of the games that they did, which I thought was supposed to be a Shin Megami game, but I don't think it is. They made something for the PS1. I think I played it partially, but not really. Armed Fantasia is the name of it.
Armed Fantasia.
Yeah, so if you look at it, it's Wild Arms in everything but name. I don't know how far where they're at with it. I see demos of showing scenes and stuff, and I'll read a little bit, but I don't get a whole lot of time with it. But I'm hopeful for them as well.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, as I said, it's pretty cool seeing all these people like, okay, now we're gonna embrace this kind of indie style and try to do something.
Yeah, man, indie scene's where it's at. Faux show. I've been playing Hollow Knight for the first time. It's not exactly in the same vein, but it's an indie game. I mean, one of my nieces was really into it, and so she was saying, she was telling me I needed to play it, so I went ahead and picked it up, and it's been pretty enjoyable. I'm about done with it. I mean, I'm just picking up all the last like post
100%ing,
or with that one, it's one of those where it's 112% is I think the completion, but I think that's from them adding DLC afterwards. So it's like, but no,
I think they're making a sequel to it, aren't they?
Yes, I think the sequel has been in development for like 15 years, from what I understand. I don't know.
My God, is it that old?
No, I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
I think it's been like 6 years though. I think that's more accurate.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of the leaks saying it's actually coming out pretty soon. I think 2024, 25. So
that'd be cool. Be perfect timing for me. But that's one of those games where from what I understand, it started off as like a game jam game, if I'm not mistaken, and they liked the initial like prototype or whatever, and then they just kept elaborating on it, and it became, because that's like the studio's first game, their first and only game. So now, the second one, what's it called? Moo Soul Meal. You know what it is. You seem like you're up on it. In the chat. What the heck is it called? Whatever the sequel is. Silk Song. Thank you.
Silk Song.
Yeah, that's like their first game that they had like the budget ahead of time. They had the team, the scope, and everything, but it's taken them a long time. But I mean, they nailed it with the first one. So, and everything I've seen from the second one looks like they're gonna hit it out the park again. The community behind that game is pretty rabid, it seems, in a good way. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. I don't know what I'm gonna play next after that. Probably need to finish up. I was playing Tales of Arise before I started playing Hollow Knight, and I got like pretty far into the game. I got to a good breaking point, where there's like a little bit of a time skip, and so if people have played it, you know what that spot is. And so then I got Hollow Knight, and I just kind of put it on hold. But I do want to go back and finish it because I was enjoying it. And I have a bad habit of getting to the end of RPGs and then putting them down and, not getting back to them.
I still need to play Alex Jones NWO Wars.
That was a fun one. I'm gonna say it was very short.
But you already played it?
Yeah, awesome. I beat it in like, I mean, it's very, very
came out
easy,
of nowhere.
Feels
short. Like
it looked like a little cash grab.
Yeah, just but I mean, it looked like Metal Slug with Alex Jones skin, which would be extremely enjoyable, at least for me. Maybe not everyone, but
yeah, I know. It was funny. It made me laugh, that's for sure. But it was very short. It was 5 levels.
Yeah, so that's kind of what it looked like.
Yeah,
I need to try I've heard the Tales series is very similar to Xeno as far as the gameplay and aesthetic for some of the older games. So I'm curious about that.
Yeah, the battle system is definitely fun. The only ones I've played, I guess this is the third one. I played Tales of Fantasia, which was the first one. I played that way back in the day.
Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah, that was a good one. I use some of the sound fonts from that game in my music because it sounded so good. So I played that one. There was one called Tales of the Abyss that came out on PlayStation 2. That's another one that was really good. That's one where it's like you start playing it and you're like, I don't want to play this. This main character sucks. I hate him. And then eventually there's like, oh wait, character development. Okay, cool.
It's the same one as Tales of Cold Steel, right? Or Tales in the Sky and stuff like that, right?
That's part of the same series. I think that's a different series.
That's the one I need to play, but maybe I have to play this one too.
Okay, yeah, no, the Tales of series is pretty good. I think that is that one called Tales of, or is that called Trails? I think
Trails of, yes. I'm thinking Trails of. Excuse me.
No, you're good. You're good. If you're going to play one of the series, Berseria is the one to go with. Yeah, I've heard of Berseria is. I've heard that one was pretty good. That one's on the list. Like when I bought Tales of Arise and I was enjoying it, I almost like Steam was having a sale and everything was like, $3. And I almost bought like 4 of the Tales of games and I had to pump the brakes and be like, all right, just it'll go on sale again. But Berseria, whatever it is, that one looked good. I hear Symphonia is pretty good. I don't know anything as far as their stories go, but the battle system is fun in Tales of games, so that's good enough for me. Zillia is great too. Tolan, I know that guy.
Yeah, who's that dude? Okay, so here's a good question for you guys for the anniversary, and I'm gonna probably bounce off here pretty quick. So, what do you think the genre is going to be for our first game that actually gets published? Ooh. When I say our game, I mean the community, right? So someone is going to use RPG Architect, and they're going to push something out, and it's going to go to Steam. And by the way, the first person to go to consoles is basically going to be my opportunity to actually port the engine to consoles. It should be doable. I've been talking with the guys who have. And prep, that's part of actually what some of the database work I'm doing right now to refactor the file format is for. So that should make it more compatible with Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft's consoles. But the question is, what do you think we're going to get? Because I've got my own, we have our own internal joke about it, but I'm curious if that's going to be what we end up everyone laughing all at once, knowing exactly what we're talking about. If I had a nickel forever, anyways.
Yes. I know what it is.
Oh man, no, that's a great question. Yeah, and if you guys are live in the chat, drop your answers there. And if you're watching this after the fact, because this will be uploaded to the channel, leave a comment.
What do you think?
No, Matt.
Yeah, Matt Mondoon. Am I allowed to say?
Probably not. Keep it
probably not.
That should be the exact answer that anyone listening needs to know what we're joking about. I've made a joke that if we catered to that audience, we'd probably sell 2,000 copies overnight. But quite honestly, quite honestly, I don't care if someone makes that type of game with Architect. It's not our primary audience. Our primary audience is, kind of. Ideally, everyone RPG Architect should be able to make a lot of games, and the goal would be that you would make it, you'd publish it, and people would say, wow, did he make this in Unity or Unreal or custom engine? And say, no, RPG Architect. And I'd be like, oh, it's clearly not just a skin on RPG Maker or something like that. Okay, so to the point, because I ramble on just like Bert. Bert, what do you think the first genre of game? And when I say genre, it could be like puzzle, platformer, RPG. And if, you can be a little more specific. You see something like you say RPG, you could say like, oh, it's going to be like a Super Nintendo inspired Dragon Quest or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Or a Mario platformer, whatever.
I'm going to go with, I'm feeling like maybe it's like a horror game, and it could be like a 16-bit, kind of like Yume Nikki was like one of the first ones that really broke through with Maker.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a safe bet, because people like especially like YouTubers. If you get a YouTuber playing your game, like a fairly decent sized one, then all of a sudden everybody jumps on it too, and it's like, oh, I have to play the game and react to it like I've never seen this game. So horror games is great for that kind of content. So I would guess something like that, and maybe a first person. I think it could go either way, first person or like a 16-bit style horror RPG, but that's mainly story-based focus, less than battle system focus. That's my guess.
It's going to be. I don't know if. I think Resident Evil was very focused with. Sorry, I'm going to show that I have never played that series. I played Parasite Eve. I loved Parasite Eve. Resident Evil, you had some form of scarcity in it, right? Because you had to kind of salvage bullets in the originals. Like you couldn't just go around like pew-pewing everything, right?
Yeah, yes. Like you could. Like it's when I first played that game as a kid. Like I did go around pew-pewing everything, and I got through the game just fine.
Okay,
but as far as their modern ones, I've only played up through 4. and then the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes recently.
Sure. Okay, so you say
Yeah.
survival horror, you say in the 16-bit, more focused on story?
Yeah, that'd be my guess. I think it could be either 16-bit or first person, or maybe a mix of both, like first person sections and then 16-bit sections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting, yeah. How about you, Jason? What do you think?
One with your mom.
Wait, what? Don't you bring her into this. She's a saint.
Look, all of our mothers get brought into this every day, and you know it.
Yeah.
There's a reason he made that gif.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have I been on the screen the whole time, Bert?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I thought this was about you working in the engine, not me pixeling.
Oh no, I mean,
I got distracted
Your cam
completely.
is on. Your cam is on.
And yeah, no, I realized that, and I got distracted.
Oh, yeah.
Game that would be made. I'll go. I mean, this is going to be kind of dependent because if, say, and I want to preface this with no promises to anybody watching in the future, but like, say you polish the workflow for action RPG or platformer type RPG, I could see a platformer or an action RPG before a traditional JRPG just because they're easier. They're also trendy right now and looks like they're going to be trendy for a while.
Yeah.
But even JRPGs are starting to become a little trendy again, the classic ones. There was Chained Echoes, recently Sea of Stars.
Oh, yes, I was just thinking both those, yeah.
So
what do you think about, so you think we're going to get, basically it sounds like a Zelda-like, so what do you think? You think it's going to be low bit? You think it's going to be 16? You think it's going to be 32 or 3D or what?
Yeah, I could probably see some sort of like Game Boy Color Zelda game.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think
but again, no promises because that's how I'm putting words in Locke's mouth depending on how far it goes to polishing that workflow.
We have
these workflows vaguely exist now, but the time hasn't been put into them directly yet.
Well, keep in mind the hair buns. I'm naming out people on our Discord without really knowing. The hair buns. I think is a Kiwi. She's from what I understand, actually, she's pretty far into a action RPG workflow. I've seen a couple of her. I've gotten to work on a couple of her projects when they break. So I've seen that, and I think I know who's actually going to be. There's one person in our Discord who has been working pretty crazy and has already tried to release a demo. So I think, and I don't want to put any. I don't want to put any unneeded stress or pressure on that person, but there's someone who has released a demo and asked for feedback on it, and I think that may be the one that actually, from what I understand, the demo was supposed to be just kind of a proof of concept and was already very built out. My guess is that will probably be the first to the market, and it is I believe a puzzle game.
Okay.
Bert, you're good to keep me on the screen, man, just so there's something on there.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Okay.
I just got caught off guard. Like, oh, I'm still up.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Y'all talk all pixel.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was trying to remember. There was another user we've had who she was putting up. She was working on a horror game, and I can't.
Yeah, Nikki Grindhouse or whatever.
Nikki Grindhouse. I couldn't think of what. Yeah.
I have no idea what. I think it was Chicken Mindset at one time. I don't remember. Yeah, when you were mentioning that horror stuff, I was like, oh, I could see that being.
Yeah.
Then that was interesting because when I saw that was a. There were elements of, what was it, Hellraiser in it and Pinhead and some of that, as well as some of the cosmic horror. I think she did Azazoth or something from Lovecraft in there, or something inspired by that.
Yeah.
And then some of it seemed like there's a horror game, I think, where you just run around and like you have to hide from, I think, like a werewolf or some sort of monster that comes out every now and I can't remember it. And I think you get access to weapons, but they're kind of sparing. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say that was longer than I intended, but it's
Yeah, no,
been great. Thank you to the entire community for a year. It's been pretty crazy and awesome. As I said, very grateful, very blessed to have been able to do everything we have so far. And I hope you guys have seen a lot of growth. And if you haven't, then go look at the blog and tell me what we're missing. I try to outline at least what I've done. It feels like, to me, it doesn't feel like it's grown so much since I've like always working on it, but I have to go back and look at where we were a year ago and be like, oh my God, we didn't even have that in. So it's changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. That's like I was, why I put up that thing the other day, because I went and just randomly looked at the pictures on the Steam store, and I was like, man, we've come a long way since these screenshots. I think it's time for an update on a few of them, because some of the editor screenshots in particular, it's like, man, there's so many things that are missing from here. But
yeah, I'm looking at that actually now. That's
you know what we're missing? Say it. I win. Made you think it.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
I'm not here to be smart, folks. That's not what I'm around for. That's not who I am.
I don't think any of us are particularly smart.
No, some of us know numbers better than others, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would not be me and Bert.
That's not us, no.
Well, Matt asking me to help him with the for some of the game design number stuff. I was like, look somewhere else. I type them in.
Hey.
Guy, and the funny thing is, actually, I have never actually successfully done a 3D engine before. I've done 2D and stuff before. So and I've never done 3D models before, and I never done shaders before. And this is the first time I've actually gone and really, 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 really struggled with it. But it works. We've got 3D models now.
Yeah. You made it work. Oh, and then Azrin says, if my October Jam project is of any use for screenshots, feel free. All assets are ones from. I can read. All assets are from the ones that shipped with the game. I'm getting better at my reading, guys. I promise.
Smell that? Smells like bull.
But can you smell what the Bert is cooking?
Smell it from here.
Ugh. Yeah. Deodorant time or bath time, one of the two. All right, I'm going to leave this in your capable hands, Bert.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming on here and answering questions, and I guess
overstaying my welcome.
Whole thing. No.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great one.
All right, man.
Thank you, everyone.
You too, brother.
Peace out.
Later. There we go. All right, man. Well, cool. That was pretty successful, I'd say.
Probably a good time for us to call it too.
Probably. I was just thinking about that. I don't know if you guys wanted to hang around. We still got 10 people watching. Tolan says, I'm cooking a new battle tutorial soonish. That is correct. Episode 2 of the battle system tutorial should be out hopefully this week. I just got to edit it. And then I'll try to get on the 3rd episode. I want to knock them out pretty quickly for you guys, because oh man, you know what? Is it today? Did the game jam start today?
Yeah, should have.
I don't know why I didn't think of that until just now. Yeah, game jam has started. So
smooth.
Yeah, and we're professionals here.
Yep.
We remember things at the last minute.
Yep. We know what we're doing, people.
Yeah.
Try this at home.
Yeah, please try this at home. Let me see. Go over to itch.io. Yeah, so far we've got 20 people who have joined, which is the most we've had join thus far. So that's cool. Out of any of the jams we've run. I was going to say something else and I'm totally blanking. Yeah, I don't know. I lost it. I had something. But yeah, game jam started today, y'all. So
that's called getting old.
That is.
That's called the entire staff is middle-aged.
That's correct. I think I've got 4 years till I'm officially considered middle-aged, but
What are you, mid-30s?
36. Just turned 36.
Okay. I think I'm the second oldest on the internal team. Oh,
How old are you
no.
again?
I'll literally be... No, I can't say it. Hold on. I can't say it because then Locke will send me something stupid in the mail. So I'll tell you privately.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And last thing I need is more stupid stuff from him in the mail.
I enjoy the stupid things that he sends.
Yeah, but you send the best gifts.
Well, I'm not going to argue with
your
that.
Your gifts are awesome.
I'm not going to argue that.
Quality stuff that will get better with time and cost more money.
That's right. It just appreciates in value.
Doesn't like that line.
Let's see. Oh, that's what I was talking about. That's right. I was talking about the battle tutorials. So yeah, I'll get the second one out this week. I'll try to, ideally I can get one out each week moving forward till we got like the battle systems really fleshed out on the channel. If it doesn't happen, don't hold me to it. Life happens, but regardless, I want to get them out quickly to you guys because I even said it in the first episode. I've been dragging my feet on it just because it's a lot to get your brain around. And as we've established in this stream and on all the tutorials so far, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. So, whatever.
Nope. We just show up and work.
Exactly. So I guess I can, while we're here, I can still knock out some of the statistic things. You want me to jump over to my screen?
Have at it, brother.
Okay. At the stage. There we go. Let's see. So I've got where we left off in our last episode, being an hour ago. I updated the experience formula. I need formulas for all the other stats. And it'd be good, since I've already done this in a tutorial, I think it'd be okay to do it here and then just mention on one of the tutorials one of the battle tutorials that we did it in the live stream. So anyway, HP for Bertimus looks fine. MP looks fine. So I need a strength formula. Right now I must have gone in and changed this.
Sure, that sounded great on the microphone.
That sounded amazing. I need to sample that.
I forget about that. Hey, it's a fine sound effect.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. 10 plus level times 8. I don't know if that's a good formula or not, guys. I'm gonna click remember. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, it looks okay. 410 strength at level 50. Anybody in the chat who's still watching, who's not Jason, have any suggestions, or Jason, if you want to give suggestions to what I can do here to make this formula better?
Did you try that one that Mondoon put in earlier?
Yeah, that was for experience, so I did put that in.
Oh, gotcha.
What's the little upwards triangle? What does that mean? I don't even know. That's a math thing.
Oh, you know what? There's a time I knew that stuff. That time is not now.
Yeah, same.
And what's crazy is I got A's in all my math classes and flunked everything else.
Oh man.
But do I remember any of it? No.
Dude, there was a time in high school I slept through an entire math class. I think it was geometry. I slept through the entire math class, showed up for finals, and I got the highest score in the class. And I don't know how I did it, but true story. Did that information stick with me? No.
Nope.
No. Moo Soul Meal. Oh, that's all good. I appreciate the response. So thank you for trying. It's cool. Let's see. we'll roll with that for right now, I guess. Maybe they're all just popping up as okay. So magic, I have nothing. So if I did for strength and vitality, 10 plus level times 8, 10 plus level times 8. I guess I could do something similar, but maybe since it's, if we're assuming that Bertimus is not a magic character, maybe for him it would be level times 5 for magic, and then for a actual magic user, like let's assume Gab. Actually, here, oh, oops. Did I click cancel? I may have. I don't know. Remember formula. Actually, let's change it to 5. Remember formula is checked. Go. Okay, it's on there. Let's go to Gab. It remembered the formula. Okay, so let's, with her though, let's go to times 8. Magic stat. Okay. And her vitality, let's change it to times 5. And oops, did I do it again? Maybe hitting enter is what's doing it. Maybe if I hit OK. Y'all aren't seeing this. This is not happening. There it goes. I don't know what I did. Maybe it's because I clicked remember. I don't know. That's weird. I'll have to mention that one to Locke, maybe. Maybe I found something. All right, for him it's times 5. For her it's times. Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'll hold down the fort. There you go. Thank you for muting the mic. Here, let me see if I can do. All right. Oh, I know. Here, I'll remove him from. Well, and whatever. It's fine. If I remove him from stage, I'm gonna miss it when he comes back. So, let's see how y'all doing in chat. Let's continue with this generic formula here. 10 plus. So for her, we want spirit to be high. Let's assume she's a magic user. Times 10. Okay. All right, that's fine. I'm not going to do the remember formula just because I want to enter in something different for everybody. For him, I should probably do one character at a time, don't you think? We'll do times 5. Actually, no. We will do spirit. Oh, let's do 6. Why not? Just throwing out arbitrary numbers here, you guys. Agility. Let's do 10 plus level times 7. Let's make him a fast boy. That's probably insanely fast. I don't know. Seems like could be an okay-ish formula. I want to throw in some of these functions, but that's just because they look interesting. They look cool. Let's see. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's up his strength to 9. Okay. All right, let's focus. So his strength is his highest base stat. We're not going to worry about MP or level or nothing. Strength will be his highest. It just switched back to Y. That's probably something I'm doing. Maybe it's because remember is on something. Let me double click it. Am I hitting enter? Am I hitting okay? All right, I don't know why that's doing it. So let's just go with 8. Let's go with vitality. He'll be a little bit of a vital, strengthy, beefy guy. So the formula multiplies base stat with the levels earned. So I don't remember where I got this formula from. I think I saw somebody post it. So it's, yeah, the formula, it takes your base, or it takes your level and multiplies it by whatever number there, and then it adds 10 to it. Is that good? I don't know. Maybe. Let me try this because it's not, some of them aren't sticking and it's probably me. So let me just try reopening the database. Let's try it again. Fine. No, it looks like it still didn't change. That's weird. I'll have to mention that to Locke. It's okay. There's been a few times I've been doing a tutorial and something's not working like I wanted, and so I just message him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I found it. I see exactly in the code what I did here." So he'll jump on whatever's happening here pretty quick. But for right now, we have stats in all. We have numbers in all the stats, whatever you want to call it, all the attributes. So that's okay. We'll go from there. Let's see. So we'll go to Gab, Miss Gab here. She's got everything except for this. Let's try pasting that. We're going to make her level ×2. And make her a little slower. Not mentally, just physically slower. She's a healer, or I don't know what she is. She's a magic user. He's back. Okay. We'll just do that. Gorlock, the Destroyer. He needs stats.
Is Gorlock a reference to?
Yes. Yes, it is.
TikTok little sensation.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just that's when I was making this tutorial. That was
the thing at the time.
That was the thing. Yeah. Okay. So I just in the moment. That's what I named it.
I want to get into politics, but
yeah.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, you're good.
She's hot.
Okay, I got that formula in there. So 15 plus 8 sounds like a super strong warrior, but lame speed and low magic defense. Yeah. For you talking about for Gorlock, Moo, or are you talking about for you're probably talking about for Gorlock. Magic 15 plus. I feel like if it's low magic, then they should be maybe 8 for MP. I don't know. We'll be, I won't know if that's a good MP stat until I start creating, magic skills and stuff to see, how much they cost. So, all right. So Gorlock is super beefy. We'll do 15 plus level ×8. So a little stronger than Bertimus, I guess. So let's see. Level 50, 415. Okay. Well, about comparable. Well, I mean, I guess too, another thing that I'm not thinking about here is that, this is the base stats. So then when you have equipment added too, that'll adjust their stats as well. So we can just go for something like this. It'll be fine. We'll do it live. Vitality, we'll go 7. That'll work. 360. So much. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Much more vitality than Bert. Sure. Magic. Let's do 2. Level ×2. Not much magic. That's fine. Excuse me. Spirit, same thing. Oh, let's add this in here, but let's give him a little bit more spirit so he's a little bit more defensive. Sure. 3 × 3 and speed. Well, it is like a dog character, so we can make him kind of fast-ish. I don't know. 4? I don't know. Miss Guppy. Fun little story about Miss Guppy here. Where I got the name was my niece, the one who was telling me about Hollow Knight. She was playing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and she named Eris Miss Guppy. And so I just thought that was hilarious. She had like Cloud, she named Chalupa. I think Barrett stayed the same. She was like, I just didn't know how many characters I was going to hit. So she just kind of kept Barrett the same. Then Tifa was, you'll like this, Jason. Tifa was your mom. And then she had Miss Guppy. I think she named Red 13 Big Boy. And I don't remember the other characters, what she named him, but this is funny.
Cloud being called Chalupa is kind of appropriate if it's a Taco Bell Chalupa, because he's a little confused about what he is. Am I a taco? Am I supposed to be flat and fried? I don't know what the hell I am.
That's true. But he's also insanely popular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like chalupas. If I go to Taco Bell, I'm getting a chalupa.
Pizza.
You get the pizza?
Yeah.
Pizza's good.
Yep.
Pizza's good.
Not the next day, it ain't.
Yeah, well, anything you get there the next day, it ain't. So Miss Guppy will make her magic. So yeah, plus 15 plus level 8. That's fine. We'll go with that one. Strength. We'll do 4. I don't know, and we'll change this to 8. Let's see if it actually sticks. Kind of did. I don't know. Not really. I don't know if it plugged that in and then it went back to my old formula. Let me look.
Yes, Momo, Taco Bell is a sin towards traditional Mexican food.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. It's delicious, but there's a Mexican place I go to right up the street from me called Monterey, and it's not like the chain Monterey. It's like it's a standalone. They're their own thing. It's good. I like them a lot. And now I want Monterey. Let's see, vitality. We'll go with, I don't know, 3. Magic. She can be a beefy magic girl, so we'll just do 8. Spirit. Same thing. Beefy spirit. 8. Whatever. Magic and spirit stats are exactly the same. That's a great plan, Bert. Let's do 12-8. There we go. Okay. And
Al Pastor is delicious, Momo.
Right. You just can't go wrong with Mexican food, dude. It's like top tier for me.
Before I left Texas, my obsession was huarache, which is basically just a flat tortilla with everything piled on top of it. I think sometimes it's supposed to be stuffed. I'm not quite sure what the traditional version of that would be.
Oh, man.
But the way I had it was kind of stuffed with black beans.
Awesome. Let's see. All right. Well, their stats are they're in there. They got stats. So that's cool. So that was one thing I wanted to get done. That was the main thing I wanted to get done, really. But we can beautify this too. That's another thing. I mean, I think it's kind of already amazing, but.
Oh, that's why you have a character named Gorlock.
What's that?
I said that's why you have a character named Gorlock.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's artsy.
It's artsy. Oh, let's see. Why do I name things weird? I got Doodad, Bill, X-Man, Z, Target, Crossmeister, and the Cardinal. I think the Cardinal Cross. That's right. So let's do some of these in there. I guess I can't add it.
Doesn't like when it goes off the screen or off.
Okay. Or doesn't like on top of each other either. So I guess what I would want to do is make a doodad where it was kind of like a grouping of trees. Cool thing about tortillas, you can put just about anything on them. One time I was having pasta soup and just appeared for days. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I haven't had Fideo in a long time. My ex used to be Fideo and potatoes.
Oh yeah. I don't even know what a Fideo is. Gonna be honest with you.
It's kind of a pasta.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Sounds very good.
I dated a Mexican woman for 10 years. She was first generation in her family.
Oh, nice.
Perez Negras in Texas.
Yeah. That'll probably end up on the... Oh, crap. Am I on... Dang it. I'm doing on the... Oh, I guess that is the layer I was on with everything.
Yeah, looks right.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
You can just go up to do the layer assist mode, though.
Is that in tools? Or
Editor.
editor? Layer assist mode. That's right. I forget about that. Let's see. What should I do here? You're the artist. Dude, what do you think I should do here?
The thing that's standing out to me is the ground and the grass.
Uh-huh.
I would round off, so in the very bottom right, you have that sharp corner of grass.
Okay.
I would swap that out with water, or just delete that piece of the grass.
Okay.
Round out the blocky shapes, and then if you go up, see there's the little couple of tiles in between your mountain and your building. Kind
Right
of
here?
No, along the ocean again. I would round
Oh.
those out too and just remove some of those.
Oh, okay.
So it's not so straight right there.
Do I have... I want to check if I had
But I don't know
What
how the 3D setup is. So
Yeah, I do
things
have-
below that, like the 2 tiles below, I would remove those
Okay. I will do that. I need to get...
just to give it some more shape.
Make sure I'm on grass. That's what I need to do. Like that?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe this area down here is probably not necessary.
That's
Just
not
do
even
something-
usable. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just do that. This would be one of those things where you could put a chest here, and it's like you start the game, you can see the chest, but you can't reach it until you come back. Like,
If you ever demoed jumping, that would be a good little thing. Put the chest over there, jump over the water.
yeah, I do. I need to figure out how to do that. I need to ask
Yeah.
Tolan how he did that. Recommend not have walkable tiles next to the edge of the map. Add an empty tile next to it. Causes a bit weird bug when walking into it otherwise.
Azrin, have you showed that to Locke by chance? That would be my follow-up question to that. That way he can see it.
Yeah.
And he can deal with the visual issues.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it would be these ones over here. So I could delete them, or which layer am I on? Mountains. I can add more trees. Oh, I'm on eraser. That's why. A while ago. I'm here. Type in Discord again. I'll type a response.
I think it had to do with the jumping thing. Probably not something we should get into right now, though.
Yeah, we'll go over that later, dude. It's something I've just wanted to know how to do. I'll just add trees here so that you can't walk next to it anyway. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could click and drag like that. That's cool. Yeah. Man, I'm learning things. There we go. Oh. Sorry. I had a feeling this was going to happen, that like something would get brought up on stream, or that I would figure something out, like being able to click and drag, and I can't put one down. There we go. Oh man.
We already prefaced that we're not the smart guys on the team.
Yeah. I stand by that.
Yep. We're just the monkeys that make stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let me... Do you know about RPGA? Yeah, we've heard about RPGA in a box. I don't know too much about it. Is that the one that's like a Unity plugin, or was that what was the other one? Obviously not Unite, but there's a couple other like RPG softwares that are coming out. It's in voxels. It's a standalone. I think, yeah, no, I've definitely heard of it. I can't picture it. Standalone program based on Godot. Okay. Is it Godot or Godot? I think it's Godot.
It's Godot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard of it, and I think that's awesome. I think they're doing great work from what I can remember. No ill will or hard feelings or anything towards them. I hope it's a massive success. All right, so I'm going to do a test. Where's my window? There we go. Let's see how this looks so far. I like how the one guy whoops.
Smooth.
I forgot I got random battles on. That actually surprised me a little bit. If you want to know how to do random battles, stay tuned for the next episode of RPG tutorial. Okay. Totally forgot I did that. Okay.
Is that a bridge on the grass?
It is a bridge on the grass. I should probably get rid of that or put water underneath of it. So some of the trees aren't, it's probably because I have them off screen or off out of the border. So, okay. Do you think, I guess I'll just try it. If I did, what's it called? Screen wrap.
I wonder if those are intended to display though.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me set wrap horizontally and vertical. See if that fixed. Okay, it did kind of fix it. Those ones display now. Okay, so that's something interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Did I go over making tiles unwalkable? I don't know if I have, so I don't know if I should do that here.
Oh man, that would have been a much older video too. I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that would be just going in.
That would be like episode 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and that was when
I don't really think that's that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's fair.
I would say most people can figure that one out anyways.
That's true. Well, not me, apparently.
Apparently not you.
Go to Gregory, classic Gregory, our old tile set. So collisions, right?
Yeah.
There we go. I can't remember if it was that one or I'll just make all these.
All of them.
Ah, there we go. There. Easy peasy. Stuck. Okay. Okay, so I'm stuck now. So I'm probably touching that layer somehow. Okay. You can make a model technically out of bounds as long as you place the center in bond. I'm guessing you meant in bounds. You can make a model technically out of bounds as long as you place the center in bounds. Okay, yeah, Tolan just answered that one. Basically, yes, as long as the entity or doodad the model is attached to is within your map's boundary. Okay. Yeah, I thought the water was underneath. I mean, it should be. Do I have them? I do have them set to height 0. So maybe if I set the water to height, can I do negative numbers here? I think so. No, I can't. Base height 0.001. Let's try that. Let's try that. Oh, I'm still stuck. Okay. Oops. I got to remember to take these off. The comments on screen. Okay. What do you guys think the reason is I'm getting stuck? I've got my grass sand layer at 0.001, so it's technically higher than water. But I'm still making contact with the water, which is set to I even saw him kind of sink down in there.
Did you change the layer of the main character? You didn't know?
I think he should be on base. Okay, actually, so base is set to 0, and then grass and sand is set on lower, but it is a bigger height. Let me just set new game position. Nope, I saw him sink again. Sinky sand. Is there a way to make Z-axis based movement like jump / right? Yeah, there is a way to do jumping. I don't know how to do it yet. Tolan has done it in some samples, some
if
testing.
you open up the database and go to character, I think Locke actually hard-coded this one.
Database character.
Yeah, click on them, and then falling. Oh, we put a falling animation in, but not a jumping.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there is a way to do things like jump and flight. That will be in a future tutorial from me, or somebody in Discord can explain it before I get to it. Straight up. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll try raise everything to layer 1 or height 1. Because correct me if I'm wrong, if I raise the heights and stuff in here, that's not the same as adjusting the height modifiers here.
It's been a long time since I've been in a 3D environment. So.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, we'll find out. So I set base height to 1, water 0, grass and sand. Just to really drive it home, let's set it to 0.5. And then houses and mountain we'll just keep at 1. Oops. And let's try it. Let's just see what it does. Oh, the trees popped. Something happened there. Oh, okay. I saw it on my other screen. Let me see if I can drag it over before it starts. And watch. Bleep. Okay, so that wasn't quite it. Maybe if
reset the character on the layer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay, yes, he's good. He's still stuck. He's kind of moving there. Friction.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Okay, that's fine. Well, that's fine. You know, it's not crucial for right now. So I'm just going to set everything back to 0. Is the sand walkable? The sand should be walkable. Because I only I changed. What's up?
Uncheck all that stuff we just did for collision.
Yeah?
Yeah, uncheck it all.
Yeah, that's the only thing we changed. So
probably we're interacting with that layer underneath because of the collision of the character.
Yeah, so that's what I figured too, and I just didn't know why there wasn't a separation because it was all the water layers, but it shouldn't affected the sand.
Izern, I was unaware we had a collision visualizer. We can see the collision on the characters now?
Oh, is there?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, look at there we go.
When did he add that? See, I can't even keep up with everything he adds.
Yeah, I know. Same. Force height visibility region. I didn't even know these were here.
Yep. Again, disclaimer, people, we're not the smart ones.
Yeah, we're.
Did you test play again?
Oh yeah, we do that. We draw pictures and make sounds. That's what we do.
That's what we do. Yeah, we were interacting with the layer underneath.
Yeah. Oh, so all the houses are still 1 high. I didn't change that layer back yet, so that's fine. Oops. So that should be back to normal now. Okay, still dropping in. But yeah. Okay. So we're getting somewhere, maybe. Where it is, I don't know.
Is that skin supposed to look like that for that checkered kind of pattern looking house there?
I think so. It's a
I just
interesting
haven't noticed that one
one.
before.
Yeah.
That Argyle look.
Or structure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it is Argyle.
So I guess that's another thing we could do. I could actually like arrange this area like a real village, maybe. You know what? Actually, first thing I want to do, which layer is it on? Let's get rid of that bridge. Oops. Duh. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Oh, since it's in 3D, you can put the water on a lower height layer and give it extra depth. So for example, having the water at 0 and then everything else at just like 1 or whatever. So that's kind of what I had. Well, I guess I had the collisions on still, so maybe that's. Oh, and base height is still set to 1. We can go over some. Yeah, we may have to, Dolan. I guess for right now, I'll just add some houses. I don't know. Let's see. I probably should. One thing I did on the Doodads video was I was using doors as examples, and unless your door is just decorative, a doodad probably would not be the way to go. If you want it to actually be functional and use it to teleport somebody, you wouldn't use a doodad. You'd use like an event or entity, excuse me. But just if it's just decorative in the background, you could do a doodad. So, let's see here. I'm gonna turn the wrap vertical and the horizontal off for right now. I'm going to get rid of this, or I'm at least going to change this texture. What do you say? Let's do this one. I'm on houses. Let's do that. What would a layout here actually be? What would actually make sense?
Swap the sand out with cobblestone.
That's a good point. Oops. That's a good point. So that is on this layer. This one maybe. Add a small image ornament in Discord showcase. Okay, let's see. Here. Look. Don't look. It's in Gazelle. Okay. Showcase maybe. Cave with flowing water. Oh, okay. That's cool, man. That looks good. So you have, man, y'all are so much better at this than me. That looks really good. So you got the multi-layers of the water. You got ramps basically for the little dips down. All right, yeah, that's fancy. I don't think I'm ready for that level of fancy personally. I enjoy it. I just don't know if I'm there yet.
Oh. This is probably the most time either of us spend in the engine.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have other responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly. I like working in it, but usually when I do the tutorial, I think I said this already, I try to figure it out, and then as soon as I kind of get the idea behind it, I record it, and then I move on from that topic, and I forget.
No repetition.
Yeah, exactly. No muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I haven't done anything 3D since we did the 2.5D sample.
Oh yeah.
And that was half a year ago, maybe more.
Oh wow. I guess it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was a while.
That I know I talked about this before. I really like the art style you did for that one.
I'll eventually add it for the character generator. It'll be one of the styles that'll be in there at some point.
All right, cool. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drag this Google Gobble over here for right now. I'll put a house here. Let's do that. Structure. I don't know, maybe we'll go back with this one. I think that's what I used here. It's just one height layer needed. It's not too bad. Once you want more levels, it gets more difficult. Yeah, I'm sure it's not too crazy to do. It's just above where my brain's at this current moment in time. And really, I mean, just today, it's like I'm already struggling to draw a house right here. Let's move this tree. Oh man, honestly, yeah, I do love that you can just drag doodads around. I didn't know I could do that until 15 minutes ago.
Was the plan we were going to try to keep up with 2 live streams a month? One of you in the engine, one of me just drawing?
Something like that, yeah.
Heck, you can just do a live stream of you doing music.
That's true. Music. Yeah, I've considered doing that for like my Patreon supporters, patreon.com/BitBitSound. I've considered doing that, and like I just haven't made it happen yet because I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm just so not used to that. Like whatever. It's just when I'm writing music for Patreon, it's kind of like, all right, this is how much time I got. I got to knock it out, and so having something else go on during it, that'll be fine.
Who said you have to talk?
I do. I say. No, that's a great point. Okay.
I'm just being sarcastic.
I know. I know you are. Whoop. This looks crowded. Oh yeah, I should probably fix that roof there and then the triangle house here. Let's do this. Let's just get rid of this guy. Houses. Oops. I accidentally erased that. There we go. And let's switch this one to... Nope. Wrong layer. Wrong layer. But
layer assist mode.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's so empty now.
You can set the transparency.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I think
editor settings, maybe.
Yeah.
Project settings, render settings, Mac. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
That's cool. So lower transparency. 50?
Yeah, let's try 50. It shows up a little bit better. Oh, it doesn't interact with, so upper won't interact with base. Base won't interact with lower. Yeah, that's not probably something we should bring up. I wonder if that's able lock to fix that.
Yeah. It's 150 anyway, but yeah.
Oh, no, it looks like, oh, no, it's interacting with the upper layer there, right?
Yeah, because, well, actually, I guess base layer doesn't have, I don't think I have anything on it. Let me just confirm.
Oh, so maybe it is. The transparency is low.
Yeah, base layer has nothing, so okay. Layer assist. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that's all it was. Wait, it was? Okay, I got it. Yep. I did it again. All right, there's a house on my grass layer. All right, so let's do... let's just grab this. Whoops. What are we doing? Oh, duh. When I first... before I was really super involved in Architect, actually the thing that really got me hyped for it was Ricky had a video where he was going through some of the features, and he showed like just the basic layers, and he showed off the like the 3D modifier stuff. And after I saw that, that's when I was really hooked.
I didn't even know it was being worked on.
Yeah.
Baz randomly sent me an invite to the Discord, I guess when it started, which I believe was around the same time he started the Patreon. And he brought me in, and a couple minutes later, I was talking with Locke about art, and here we are now.
Yeah. It's funny how that happens.
Yeah, it was very random.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna get rid of this mountain range here. That was for a demonstration, and that demonstration has completed.
Oh, so global warming just happened.
Yeah, you've seen it here first, folks. All right, so that should look a little cleaner. Well, somewhat. There's still a mountain right up on a building, but there's still a tree growing out of the cement.
It's a hobbit house. It's built into the mountain.
Yeah. Is that part of this? Okay, so let's take this. I'm just tweaking, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. Oops. Let's do it there. Here, maybe. I don't know. Doodad, pop that back up there for whatever reason. Let's put on the grass layer. Where was that bridge texture? What did I use? Oh, this is even better, actually. Will this work? How do I do this? Maybe that would need to be
added on another lower layer.
Yeah. There we go. That's nice. There we go. I don't know. What do y'all think?
It's prettier.
It's definitely prettier. That's for sure. Add a tree. Happy little tree here.
All right, Bob Ross.
Yeah. Man, I really do like that I can move these around.
There's no bad mistakes.
Yeah. Just happy accidents. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Let's put him down here now. Now there's some more space. And let's save. Let's run a test. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, probably because you originally had it up against the building. You didn't need to worry about it.
Oh, that's true.
You know what'd be funny? The lich you used to start the battle with. Oh no, that was on random battle, huh?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can make one of the liches dance.
Oh yeah. I just need to have him just walk. Some of the trees are floating too. I just realized, like these ones.
Probably on the upper layer then.
Well, they're on the same layer as all of them, which is just mountain layer. Yeah. Maybe it's because they're stacked. Or they're too close to each other. I don't know. Is there a height modifier in the old location? Oh, that's a good point. Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, you got it. Let's see. Height modifier. Look at you figuring stuff out before me. My goodness. Like I say, man, you guys are way better at this than me.
That's why you make friends.
Yep. Oh, and that's what's happening here too. There we go. And I'm just gonna get rid of those. That's what's happening. Look at that. There we go. Much better. Well, actually, those are still floating. Whoops. Like all the trees are floating, really. Maybe I just need... Yeah, they're all floating. Okay. Maybe is there a height set up in doodads? Is that a thing? I don't know if it is. Doodads, where are you at? Doodads.
You can just right click on a doodad on the map.
That's true. I was just wondering if it was something
See
in the
what the settings
database.
are there. Yeah, everything's
Okay.
default there.
Okay. Right click. Yeah. On doodad. Actually, that's a different one. That's a... So these do say 1.0. That's probably the height there.
Yeah, but they don't match the height of the layer though.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering why that is.
Like
I just drew the...
Hopefully I'm saying this right, Eisern. Eisern though said try to snap the layer, see if it fixes it.
I'm on height. Okay, so
it should be 0 now.
This should be 0.
The ones that did say 1.
Snap to the current layer. Let's just try with just those two. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Still look higher than my ground, but I think
that's the
case,
3D environment doing that though.
Yeah,
it's just kind of the way it looks.
Yeah.
We are 2 hours in, and I just barely now noticed the ticker.
Oh, really?
Yep. Basically ignored that the whole time, looked down, and yep, saw it.
Yeah, that's funny. I just had up, initially, I just had this first one, Architect 15% off on Steam today through the 23rd. And then Locke had the idea of putting up some of these others, such as the breaking news.
And Eisner made a good point. There's probably some dead space with pixels below that tree asset.
Oh, he's probably right. I'm sure he's right. It looks like it. So
because if it was drug straight out of FBB's tiles, it might not be at the very bottom of the cell.
That's it. That's it. You smart. You smart. Okay, so I could adjust it here. Or I could do that. That's probably the best way to do it. Oh, crap. And remind me, its sprite model is the one that's actually on map. Visual is just for reference in the database. Is that right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll try that. So that should have fixed most of them. So just honestly.
Yeah, looks like they all came down quite a bit, actually.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, dude. Azern, good job. Much better at this than me, that's for sure.
I'm going to take off here in a bit, brother. There's football to be watched.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, go for it. I appreciate you coming and hanging out, dude. It's been a good stream. I've enjoyed it.
Well, it's probably a good time to start wrapping it up anyways. You're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think so. I think I basically got the things done I wanted. I wanted to add stats, and I wanted to make this look a little bit better, a little nicer. And I think we've achieved both of those things. So
thank you, Eisner, for the help, because we would have been derping our way through regardless.
Yeah, no joke, dude. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here too. So thanks everybody for joining us for the stream. Thanks for your support this past year. It really has been awesome. And I know it sounds like cliche or cheesy, but like seriously, if you guys weren't here, if there was no community, then there would be no architect. So we appreciate the support. Thank you guys for everything. Do all the YouTube things. If you're not in our Discord, you should jump in there. There's a link probably in the description of this video. I think I added one. Anything else? Did I cover everything, Jason?
Roger. All sounds good, brother.
All sounds good. All right, you guys. Well, you have a great afternoon. We will see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye-bye.